Okay, we're at 6 o'clock. We'll get this meeting started and call it to order. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. If they will rise, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll start with swearing in of our 3 new council members. City Clerk Donna and Alt, we'll start with that. Donna, I think you'd like them out front, correct?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Come on, George. After me, I solemnly swear that I am a citizen of the United States
solemnly swear that I am a citizen of the United States
and of the state of Washington,
and of the state of Washington,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
and will, to the best of my judgment,
and will to the best of my judgment,
skill, and ability,
skill, and ability,
faithfully and impartially perform the duties
faithfully and impartially,
of Shelton City Council member
Shelton City Council member
for the city of Shelton, Washington,
for the city of Shelton, Washington,
as such duties are prescribed by law.
since I see you as chair.
Will now officially compliment.
Donna, you please take roll, please.
I will.
Thank you.
Councilmember Gilmore.
Here.
Councilmember Stearns. Councilmember Schmidt.
Here.
Councilmember Inesco.
Here.
Councilmember Gutierrez.
Here.
Councilmember Sherman. Here. And Councilmember Blush.
Here.
Thanks, Donna. We will now begin our process for selection of mayor. Our city attorney, Kathleen Haggard, is online with us.
Hi, everybody.
Question? Yeah, she'll help us out in this manner. So, state law requires the council to select a mayor at the first meeting of the new council following an election. Any council member may nominate him or herself or another city council member for the position as mayor. Seconds are not required for this process or for the nominations, and the city clerk will now open the floor for these nominations. We'll start I think at the end, right, Donna?
Go, yes. Hey, council members, if you would like to make a nomination, please raise your hand now. Okay, Councilmember Gutierrez, who's your nomination?
I would like to nominate the Honorable Eric Onisco for mayor.
Thank you.
I'll also stay with Eric for mayor.
You would like to nominate him as
Yes.
well? Are there any other nominations? If not, the floor is now closed. Now I will ask each council member one at a time to state your vote by voice.
Donna,
Yes,
Donna, can you hear me?
Yes, yeah,
Can you hear me?
yes, Kathleen.
Okay, great. Yeah, so that I understand there's only one nomination. Is that correct?
Correct.
And that is Councilmember Onisco is the only nomination. So no need to take a vote. I'll just say congratulations, Councilmember Onisco. You're the newly elected mayor.
so now is where you begin to make a deputy mayor selection.
Right.
And then this is for you as well. And you'll start here once you finish.
All right. All right. I will ask if there's any council consensus to select a deputy mayor. I'm assuming yes. I will open the floor for nominations. Please raise your hand if you would like to nominate someone. Councilmember Good-Harris.
I would like to nominate the Honorable Joe Schmidt for deputy mayor.
Right, any other nominations? All right,
Mr. Mayor, there's one
oh,
more.
yes,
Nominate Sharon Shriven for, deputy mayor.
Sharon, all right. Are there any other nominations? We have a nomination for Councilmember Schmidt and a nomination for Councilmember Sherman. And we need to roll call vote. All right. Shall we start same at the
Sure.
end? Okay. Gilmore,
Councilmember Schmidt.
yes, Councilmember Stearns.
Councilmember Sherman.
All right. Councilmember Schmidt,
Councilmember Schmidt.
So that is 4 votes, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
right. Now we will start on our agenda. Does the council have any late changes to the agenda tonight? The city manager have any late changes?
No changes, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Council have any board reports to share? I'd like to welcome our new council members, Councilmember Gilmore, Councilmember Stearns, and Councilmember Blush. Welcome. Welcome. All right. And has the council had a chance to read the consent agenda?
Absolutely.
Is there a motion?
Move to approve the consent agenda as published.
Second.
All right, there's a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as published. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Just a comment?
Yes.
Just a comment on the consent agenda for everybody's knowledge. Consent agenda is accounts payable, has copies of vouchers. It's who we pay each month. You can see very clearly our expenditures and where they're heading towards. And it's just one of the key parts of the meeting, because it's important that we pay our accounts on time. We pay our contractors on time, and the city of Shelton has been doing that ever since I've been on board. So just wanted to call that out in the process.
You. All right, we're on our business agenda. Capitals Project Manager Aaron Nix has information for us about a contract amendment for safe routes to school.
Thank you, Mayor, Deputy Mayor, new council members and old council members. My name is Aaron Nix. I'm the Capital Projects Manager for the city. I work in Public Works. I'm going to try to explain some of the projects that we're working on with as much detail as I can for you newly elected folks. Currently, we have a project in which we received grant money for. It's called the Safe Routes to School project. And in essence, what we're going to do is we're going to improve crosswalks at Evergreen Elementary, right? And then the high school. There are existing crosswalks there. We received money to get the flashing rapid flashers and improve those. The one, at least the high school, is actually going to have a pedestrian island in the middle so that people can find refuge there as traffic's going by. So the city received about $770,000 to do these improvements. We've added some more resources as well, about 200 or so. Currently, this project is out to bid, meaning folks are reviewing it and taking a look at it to see if they want to put it in a number to get to work on this project. What you have before you is basically a request of the council for a little bit additional design money. As we got into this project, and this is something that Jay and I talk a lot about, we really need to move and get better towards scoping these projects at the beginning so that we don't have stuff like this at the last hour. This, in this particular case, in my opinion, is very important in the sense that we're doing these crosswalk improvements. Jay had me go out and basically do a sign inventory of all those areas. And what we found was that those signs do not meet current standards for reflectivity. They're old, and they also are all on wood posts. We're all trying to get to the Telspar stuff. It's basically that steel stuff that they stick in the ground. It just lasts so much longer and they're more durable. So what this asks for is for an additional 19,000 or so, which we're hoping to cover under the grant money to do that additional design work to basically get new signs for all those areas with the reflectivity standard, giving us a high quality product as opposed to putting in improvements, having all the old signs out there. The idea is we want to help protect kids and people crossing the streets. So I think, in my opinion, this is an important thing for us to do. I'm just bringing it to your attention at this point. Next meeting, if allowable, my hope is that we can get it approved so we can proceed. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. For your new council members, I have plans and all that kind of stuff. I'm more than happy to send them to you. We can look at them together, whatever. Just to kind of get you up to speed.
Thank you, Aaron. Dawn, anyone have a public comment?
No, there isn't, Mr. Mayor.
All right, and do we have a motion?
Move to place resolution number 1308-1223 on the council's action agenda for further consideration of January 16, 2024.
Second.
All right, comments or questions? Comment?
Well, it may not be totally analogous to this, but I'll always be supportive of upfront design because trying to battle it out in construction is what? Twice the cost. So this has been a hot button item for us for a while, so appreciate, again, we should be supporting this because it is important to us all. We've all said roadway safety is a big deal, especially around the schools. So good design is going to get us a long way. So supportive of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Comments or questions?
No comment, just act as an active dog walker around town, seeing these projects just makes me feel safer. And I know if this is anything like what's going on at Railroad, where we can see everything and people are actually stopping for me and letting me cross, it's just a really great way to make sure that we're safe and we're building community and we're waving at folks instead of giving them the side eye. So thank you very much.
All right. Any more comments? All right, we have a motion and a second to place resolution number 1308-1223 on the council action agenda for further consideration on January 16th. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Well, we got no one from you here. We have another item from Aaron. He has information for us about a grant acceptance.
So this is the fun part of this position, especially when we get awarded a lot of money. For you new council members, we have a lot of money in the hopper right now with regard to grant money that we need to get spent. And that's why they hired me. I've been here for about 4 months and we're getting projects through the permitting window and done. In this particular instance, we were awarded $1.8 million to do improvements or to design improvements for our Angleside pressure zone area. That's the water system. We have some issues with regard to water pressure, fire flows, those kinds of things, which we are investigating continuously. Currently, we are working on a study with one of our consultants to see about how we go about doing improvements out there to fix the issue. In this particular case, this is $1.8 million from the state Department of Commerce. I think this is ARPA funds, meaning the rescue monies, with the intent that we're going to hire a design engineer to help us figure out the situation, which they're doing already. But then we're going to actually implement some project components, such as some new piping. One of the biggest issues we have is our electronics and our SCADA, meaning the wells are talking to each other, they're talking to the computer, those kinds of things. There's going to be some significant improvements that we need in that system. So this again is no action tonight other than maybe putting it on the action agenda with the intent that we accept the $1.8 million from the Department of Commerce and start that design work to get that project done. We're hoping it's probably not going to happen this summer, you guys, it'll probably be next year, but the intent is to get going on this thing so we can get that done. These water issues can be somewhat limiting, especially in developing areas, those kinds of things. So we're just being considerate of that and want to move forward with this project. So it's really just information. If you have any additional questions, I'm happy to answer.
Thank you, Aaron. Do we have a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I move to place resolution number 1309-1223 onto the city council's action agenda, the January 16th meeting for further consideration.
All right. All right, comments or questions? This is also going to help us build some homes on the south side of town, correct?
Yeah, the Angleside pressure zone is all on the south side of town. Yep.
So, Angleside.
Other than that, if we
Pardon me?
Angleside.
Angleside, yes.
Other than that, we would
Well-
not be able to build some homes over there, correct?
Yeah, exactly. It serves the east side of Olympic Highway South as well. So moving out there. So technically, if you want to get, About neighborhoods, yes, it's outside the inside area.
Sorry, you had mentioned, ARPA funds. Now this is state funds.
Commerce, yes, sir. Department, yes.
So we're not having to manage a
No.
one-time single audit on this.
That's correct.
That's great.
That's correct.
Fantastic.
It's always excited to bring in more water, quantity and quality of water to the city. Thank you very much.
How many homes are destined to be built over there on that side of town? Single side?
Well, I mean, the Coffee Creek subdivision is up to about 365 lots at this point. They're just in preliminary review for their preliminary plat work. Olympic Vista or Bayview Heights or Bayview Terrace, or I think it's been through a couple of names, is as far as I believe what we know is it's based on hold right now, but the Coffee Creek subdivision is still under the permitting
All right,
process.
thank you. Any more comments or questions? We have a motion and a second to place resolution number 1309-1223 on the council action agenda, January 16th. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, council.
Thank you, Aaron. We're now under our action agenda. Parks Supervisor Jordan Crumples has information about appointments to the Shelton Arts Commission.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Tonight I bring back to you the reappointments for Arts Commission members. We have three of them. Eleanor Lindquist and Amy Cooper have both served full terms with us already and are looking to do it again. And Larry Harbaugh took on a partial term and is wanting to do another full term with us. So tonight we're just looking for final approval. I can take any questions.
Donna, and we'll set up a public comment.
No, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve the appointments of renewal for the Shelton Arts Commission as presented.
All right, comments or questions? Just thank them for serving.
Yes.
All right. We have a motion and a second to approve the appointments of the renewal of the Shelton's Art Commission. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Our last action item is a resolution for cybersecurity grant acceptance. Finance Director Mike Givens has details.
Thank you, Mayor, Deputy Mayor, and members of council. This to review is a cybersecurity grant award that the city has received from the military department and the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. It's a grant in the amount of $16,693 to complete a cybersecurity risk assessment for the city.
Thank you, Mike. Donna, anyone set up a public comment?
No, there isn't, Mr. Mayor.
And do we have a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 1304-1123 as presented.
Second.
Thank you. Comments or questions? Pretty important things these days. All right, any other comments? We have a motion and a second to approve resolution number 1304-1123 as presented. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We're moving right along. Mark, you have city manager report tonight.
Just a couple things. I want to welcome our three new council members. We've spent some time over the last couple of weeks. Basically flooding them with information. Took a 2-hour tour in the fog to witness some of the public works infrastructure and projects around our community, and then spent some time last week on municipal finance and the processes of our meetings and agenda setting and that type of work. So we have a lot more work to do as we move forward as well. I'm really looking forward to bringing everybody up to speed. And hopefully with, a few council members that have been in these seats now for a few years, bring some help there with what staff's providing you as well. So welcome. We're here as a resource. Appreciate your dedication to this community and the efforts you're going to put in here and moving forward. Just to, I think, follow up on that sentiment. We have boards and commissions that we've moved off of this agenda because we really wanted time. This is your first day on the job and we have a council meeting already. So we haven't had a whole lot of time to work through some of the more of the decision-making processes and some of your other commitments, but I'll be sending out a boards and commissions list. That is areas where you represent the city of Shelton and the council. on other activities throughout the community and the region. So we'll be sending that out this week, just kind of a heads up. And hopefully taking action on the 16th and filling out those commitments at the same time. So that is all I have tonight, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Mark? All right. At this time, we invite the members of the public to make public comment on any topic that was not on the agenda tonight. Donna, do anyone plan a public comment?
We do, Mr. Mayor. Our first speaker is Kathy McDowell.
Wow. This seems really strange. But anyway, I want to welcome each one of you. Welcome the new ones on. Congratulations, Melissa and Tom and George for running a great race. And even though I lost, I have not gone away. I have one question, one thing to say. And before I was working on the project of getting a student on our council as a non-voting member. And I put it in your laps to continue with that project and hopefully we'll get it off the ground. Because that would be a great thing for the students at Shelton High School, whoever would be on the board here. And you learn city government, take it back to your school. I think there's a lot of kids, the majority of kids don't know a lot of city government or even just government. So this is a great way to have them learn. So I'm putting that in your lap and I hope that whoever takes that over will carry it through. Thanks.
Our next speaker is Rachel Hansen.
Hello, council members, happy new year. I just wanted to say just a quick thank you, gratification for allowing us to host Christmas Town this year. As you know, we had a maze across the street and it's no longer there. And we also use the Civic Center for about 5 nights of Christmas celebration. So we really appreciate you guys supporting us on that and supporting through lodging tax as well. We had a 30% increase on our website this year. A lot of people came from out of town. I hope you noticed a flow through the maze. We had quite a few nights that local nonprofits were able to host the fire pits. If anybody knows where one of our fire pits went, we'd love to have it back. But other than that, and a few minor vandalisms and a little DUI with a little certain wagon, it was a great event. And we really, really appreciate the city's support on everything. And we really hope that it brought economic development with tourism to our community. Much to her total distaste, I would like to invite Alana up to the front here. And Alana, who is also Dwayne Wilson's granddaughter, she is the reason we have a maze this year. She and her homeschool group volunteered to host the maze this year and put it on. And their group worked really hard today through the rain. There was about, I would say 30 to 40 people there. Took them 2.5 hours to take down that maze. And then we went across and picked up screws we did a grid and picked up stuff. And I know that Mark's going to make sure that it's swept tomorrow so that we make sure that we have nothing left behind. But I hope you guys will be happy with how we left the property you let us use. And we really appreciate it. And I think a lot of families appreciate it as well. And Alana, you want to present something? So let me know what it is. This is a thank you plaque for letting us use the parking lot and supporting Christmas Town. Yeah. Give it to the mayor, probably.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I would say we actually owe you guys a thank you for all the hard work that you do, putting that up in the freezing cold weather and taking it down in the pouring down rain and all the other events that you host is truly amazing. And I don't know where you get all your energy because the few times I help you out, you wore me out.
Well, thank you for your help. We appreciate the fact that you've been on the ground with us every time. To be there to get something wet, and my collar's still wet.
Thank you guys. All right. Donna.
Yes, we have another in-person speaker and that's Dean Jewett.
Good evening, Dean Jewett, lifelong Mason County member. Welcome to the new council people. Really appreciate you guys stepping up and the people that have been here for the last couple of years. I would have to get behind Kathy and throw all of my weight behind there as far as getting a student elected. As a non-voting member as well. I've seen it at the school board. I think it really kind of puts a big tie in there and it gets some knowledge into the kid's head. I think it's a win-win for everybody. Same thing with a big shout out to Rachel, her family, and all those people with the everything they did. I mean, it was a huge success watching what was going on downtown. It really was. It was kind of a sight to see and reminisce of, I'm 59 years old and I've lived in town for 55 years, and it reminds me of the Christmas town back when I was a kid. We had running water too, by the way, back then. Maybe not when Mark was around, but anyway, I care about downtown. You guys all know that. There's a few things that I want to make sure that the new members understand as well. The ordinances and the RCWs that are on the books right now, I challenge you to read through those ordinances. The majority of the ordinances and the things that we need to make downtown thrive even more, it's already, there's only a couple more that need to be enacted. They're there. Use them, look at them. If you go downtown and you see something that you think is a negative behavior, put it in the back of your head, pull up the ordinances and look at it. You're going to find an ordinance that is already in there waiting to be enforced and enacted and pushed upon. As the will of the city council goes, therefore goes the city. So your guys' will is what the city does, obviously with the approval of the city attorney. So I'd really like to see you guys work together and get some of these challenges that we have downtown taken care of. I think we all know that Brewer Park is way better than it ever was. At one time, we had 22 tents in there. We have an excellent police chief, captain, code enforcement officer, and our entire police force. So I'd really want to be able to use those to our benefit. And let's make downtown a positive, not a negative. So thank you. I appreciate it. Right.
And Mr. Mayor, we have one person on Zoom, and that is Colleen Carmichel.
Good evening, Mayor Inesco, Deputy Mayor Schmidt, and fellow council members. I'm Colleen Carmichel. I'm the Executive Director of Quixote Communities. In almost every city on the planet, people can be observed sleeping on the streets, park benches, or elsewhere. The United Nations has documented that there are more than 1.6 billion people residing in poor housing worldwide, with about 15 million being forced evicted every year. Causes of homelessness include conflicts that cause people to lose their homes and look for a place to stay. Natural calamities destroy homes, leaving families without a place to stay. Absence of affordable housing, and also people losing employment. Counties or countries in the world that have the highest count would be Nigeria and Syria. Cost of high living, lack of social support, challenges in getting jobs, and also because of the conflict in Syria. Countries that have the lowest homeless rate include Iceland, Finland, and Japan. Iceland only has 349 people. Why? Because the goal of their nation in 2018 became to build homes for homeless people. Finland also has a population with a rate of homelessness of 0.08. Why? Because housing first became the policy of their nation. In Japan, which has one of the largest populations in the world, has one of the lowest homeless rates. Why? Because nonprofit organizations and local authorities included giving those who lack housing access to resources, permanent shelter, and community assistance. I bring this data to you because I want you to know Shelton is not the only place where there's homelessness. It is a worldwide issue, and the solutions that have been most successful include housing with services. So thank you and welcome to the new council members.
Thank you.
That's all we have, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Council have any new items for discussion? Again, I want to welcome the new council members again and also thank the council for their trust in me representing them and citizens again for 2 more years. And, can't wait to work with everybody. Anything else? Our next meeting is Tuesday, January 16th, 2024 at 6 p.m. We also have a study session on January 9th at 6 p.m. This meeting is adjourned at 6:30 p.m.